Okay, we'll go ahead and get started now. Joining us from Hillsdale is their head coach, John Tharp, student athletes, Patrick Cartier and Austen Yarian. Once again, same drill as always. We'll have Coach Tharp open us up with an opening comment. Then we'll have a little bit of time with our student athletes. After that, we'll ask them to head back to the locker room, and then we'll ask Coach Tharp to stick around for a little bit. Coach, opening comments, talk a little bit about the game.
Well, listen, I think, first and foremost, you have to take your hat off to Indiana, Pennsylvania. I thought they played extremely well. We knew that they were very good defensively, and it's hard to simulate some of those things that they do defensively, athletically, and their strength until you see it. And so credit goes to them. I thought that Morris made some just huge shots in the second half, got in a great rhythm. Again, credit goes to them. For us, I always know what the assist totals. If our assist totals are low, we're in trouble. And we had 11 assists, which is low for us. You can't shoot the ball like we did overall and win an Elite Eight game. And again, I'm going to go back to what I said at the beginning. Part of it has to go to credit to them. They really crowded Pat and made life difficult in the perimeter for us. And so, it's never easy losing. We've been together since really August. We were in Greece in August, and it's hard to end it. But listen, a lot for us to be thankful for.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions now for our student athletes.
Go ahead, boys.
Go ahead, guys.
Don't be shy.
So obviously making the Elite Eight for the first time in program history, obviously after, both of you guys were on the Sweet 16 team last year that made it for the first time in program history. How much is it kind of looking back and saying like, oh, it was a great run, or is it kind of just hard to do that right now, kind of with the sting of the loss?
I think it's obviously, like you said, it's definitely hard right now. I think in a couple of weeks we'll be able to soak in and be proud of what we've done. But yeah, obviously tonight was tough. Shots weren't falling for us. So.
Austin,
yeah, same thing. Just kind of, take it all in and just look back on the past 5 years. They've been the greatest 5 years of my life, and wouldn't change anything. So.
Austin, like you were saying, this is your senior year. It's been the past 5 years. Can you just talk about the impact this program has had on you and just what it's meant to you over your college years?
Yeah, it's been a wild ride with Tharp over there. Lots of up and downs. That's every college kid though. I've played well sometimes, played poorly other times, but Ronnie's always had my back, and it's one thing I love about him is that he never turned the other cheek towards me and looked away from me to try to find the people who stuck with me, and I appreciate that for the rest of my life. So.
You guys touched on the lack of assists briefly. What do you think was the reason that you guys had trouble moving the ball around? Was it just their defense or something else?
Yeah, like Coach said, you got to give a lot of credit to them. I think we didn't totally execute our game plan to the precision that we wanted to, but you just got to give a lot of credit to them. They make life difficult with their 1 through 4 switching and stuff like that. So, yeah.
I don't know if that was for me or not, but their ball pressure, I think, really took some of our timing away. And like Patrick talked about, some of the things that we tried to get done all week, I don't think we executed it at a high level, but I think their ball pressure bothered us. And we knew that we had to put the ball on the floor and get through the D, and at times we did that. And when we did that, we got some looks, but crowding Pat on the backside a little bit, and we missed some opportunities. But again, I think it goes back to their ball pressure really was the key factor to them defensively tonight.
Any other questions for our student athletes? We'll go ahead and take one more.
Yeah, so Austin, obviously you've been here for 5 years. Spoke about that, but you're handing off obviously the program to your brother now is coming up next year. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool to just see him kind of following my footsteps. He went to the same high school as me. He's had a great career there. They went back-to-back Final Fours there. So, I mean, he knows how to win, and I think he's going to be a huge contribution to Hillsdale program. So.
Outstanding. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Congratulations on a terrific career and season. We'll keep Coach here.
See you shortly, guys.
Okay, questions for Coach Tharp? Coach, I'll start off. I'll throw one to you. Talk just a little bit about the seniors, and I know yesterday during the press conference you had made mention of just how long it's been over the last couple of years with COVID and all that, but talk about how those seniors, how much they've meant to your program and getting you guys to a level that you're at right now.
Well, Austen, Yarian, and Tavon Brown are two seniors and been with us for 5 years. Tavon redshirted his freshman year. Listen, we've talked about this always as a coach. People want to define success by wins and losses, and that's a part of our profession. But I couldn't be more proud of the man that Tavon Brown is, and the man that he's going to continue to be. And same thing with Austen. Austen has grown quite a bit from where he was, and he kind of touched base with this. We fought at times with certain things, but again, there's a certain amount of standards that we try to provide or make sure that all of our players live by. And so proud of them. They're going to get degrees at we think the best institution, Division II institution in America, and ultimately, that's what's the most important thing. And they're going to be productive citizens. And so, but they've contributed a lot for us from a basketball perspective as well. Austen Yarian is a 1,000-point scorer, top 10 rebounder, probably led us in assists this year, if I'm correct. And Tavon Brown started all of last year and part of this year, and we had to make a change. And Tavon Brown handled that incredibly well. And one of his teammates defined it, summed it up perfectly. He said he's the best teammate he's ever had. And so. Listen, it's everybody talks about the destination and journey. I think it's more about the people that you're around, the relationships that you have, and that's what I think is ultimately the most important thing.
Go ahead.
Coach Tharp, you're the winningest coach in Hillsdale history, but especially like what Christian was saying, the past few years you've been making more records, making more history of getting further and further. So what's kind of the next step for the program, and how do you reach that?
Well, we've been battling for 15 years and we've done a lot in our time there. It'll be, a couple of weeks we'll get back to it and the process begins again. And we'll just try to keep on adding the student athletes that fit our college and fit our program. We just got to keep battling on a day-to-day basis. We'll learn, right? All of these things that we go through and we've been through, we'll continue to learn and to grow as a program in so many different ways. And so, we got beaten in Sweet 16 last year, got, beaten Elite 8, and these teams at this level, just outstanding basketball teams, incredibly athletic, very well coached. We'll keep adapting. The reality of it is the guy to my left here, Cartier, is special. And he's a great player. And he's had some great teammates around him, not to take anything away from the teammates that are the program as a whole. But you want to talk about a humble superstar. That's what Patrick Cartier is. He defines what a student athlete is and works hard every day. And so if he's your best player and he's that type of kid, good things are going to happen. And so, we're not going to have much longer, but we'll keep on trying to add pieces the best that we can.
Go ahead.
Hey, Coach. So before I get started, Dr. Calvert says hello.
Yes,
if you want me to pass that on to you.
Yeah.
But, I've been at Hillsdale for 3 years, but every year I've been here, the program has gotten better, upward trajectory. And I think that's really hard to accomplish. And just, 1 year showing up to the tournament, doing it again, and then doing better. What do you think is kind of the key to Hillsdale constantly improving?
Well, we've been pretty good now for more than these 3 years, right? We have never had a losing season there. We've won a lot of games. We've had some great players. I mean, we've had some All-Americans, and the stretch that we've had, going back to back 2 years ago, last year, now here in the Elite Eight. I'm telling you, the guys our guys really truly care about each other and love each other. You guys think about this. In my 15 years, we've had one player that's left the program in 15 years. You think about the overall dynamic of college athletics right now. There's, I don't know how many, 1,200 students or 1,300 students on the portal. We've had one person leave us. So we are a program that's based on culture, based on family. And, that's what we'll always be. And so it's hard to get to this level, to be here in the Elite Eight, to the Midwest region, and these teams know each other so well in these region games and these region battles that it's so hard to get here. And so, listen, we'll wake up tomorrow, get in bus, get those boys back to class, and we'll get ourselves, I'm going to take a little more than a day, though. I'm going to tell you that. And we'll go from there and figure things out. We play a certain style. Our style of play, guys, is a certain way. With 30 ACTs athletically, we got to play a certain style, and so we weren't very good at our style today.
Coach, thank you so much for the time. We greatly appreciate it. And go ahead. One more. Go ahead. We'll get one more quick one in.
John, you touched on how the shooting just wasn't the way you guys normally shoot the ball. How tough was it to find good looks against Indiana's defense tonight?
Well, I think it was. We talked a little bit just on the in the locker room for a few seconds. We didn't get anything easy today. We didn't get anything in transition. We didn't get any really of our high-low looks for some easy baskets. And we got a few good looks, but the majority of the shots that we took were challenged, and at times we thought a little too early, to be honest with you. We thought we had to try to control tempo. We had to try to get Indiana to the last 15 seconds of a shot clock. We had to try to wear them down. And to be honest with you, when we were down 30-27 at half, is that correct? I was really happy where we were at with the start of the game, and we just kind of fought back. And I thought we were in a pretty good position, but we, second half we came out a little flat, and I thought that again, number 5, Morris, really made some tough shots. And we knew how good Morris was. We knew the All-American was a great player, but we also knew how talented Morris was, and his ability. He had the ability to get shots by himself. He doesn't need much to get things himself. And some of their handoffs hurt us, and especially with 11 setting them because of how talented he is from the arc. And so, hey, give those guys, give them credit. I give Joe credit, and they were very well schemed today. And I thought they did a great job on Cartier overall, but they were physical, and they got through stuff. And can I tell you that number 10, I don't know how to pronounce his last name there. I thought he played exceptionally well. I think he does a lot of dirty work. Not I mean that in a dirty way, but just, what I'm talking about, just all the little things that I think that helps them win games. I think he does a great job with that.
Great, Coach. Thank you so very much. Congratulations on a terrific year.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Take care.